Wait, could this be one of the most shocking discoveries found in 2025? The information that I'm about to share with you can be considered very disturbing for many Muslims and even non-Muslims as well. So, fasten your seatbelts. But we do need your help to let it go viral though, so you know what to do for the algorithms. As you may know, Sunni Muslims have said that Sahih al-Bukhari is the most authentic collection of hadiths immediately right after the Quran.
Sahih al-Bukhari, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, literary works ever produced in the Islamic world. Second to the Quran, Sahih al-Bukhari is the most authentically transmitted book.
But what if I can prove to you right here, right now, that Imam al-Bukhari, the writer of Sahih al-Bukhari, was deemed a kafir and a liar?
What?
Yes, you heard it correctly. A kafir, a deviant, a disbeliever, a liar and enemy of Allah. Be honest, what would you do as a Sunni Muslim if this could be true? Would you still use his hadiths, knowing that he was a liar, a disbeliever, a Jahmi, who's considered to be a deviant and enemy of Allah, according to the most classical scholars of Jarh wa Ta'dil, which is an aspect in the science of hadith? So, without further ado, here's the proof that Imam Bukhari was a disbeliever, a liar, and an enemy of Allah. In the famous book called Kitab al-Jarh wa Ta'dil by Imam al-Hafiz Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Hatim al-Razi, in volume 7 on page 191, number 1086, I found the following shocking information about Imam al-Bukhari. Muhammad bin Ismail al-Bukhari Abu Abdullah, aka Imam al-Bukhari himself. It's narrated from Abdan al-Marwazi and Abi Hammam al-Sal bin Muhammad and al-Firaibi and Ibn Abi Uwais. My father and Abu Zar'a al-Razi heard from him, and I quote, "Then they rejected his hadith," meaning the hadith of Imam Bukhari, "when it was written to them from Muhammad ibn Yahya al-Naysaburi, that he proved to them that Bukhari's belief was his recitation of the Quran is created."
What?
Wait a second. These classical scholars, these experts in hadith sciences, rejected the hadiths of Imam Bukhari? Wow. And they said that his belief was that the Quran is created? Wow. What a shocker. I am speechless. What about you? Have you ever seen this before? But wait, here is more. Also, Imam al-Dhahabi, in his book Ad-Du'afa wal-Matrukin, the weak and the rejected, he said, and I quote, "Imam Bukhari is not a Sunni because of his belief in the Quran as being created. People spoke ill of him, and that was why Abu Zar'a al-Razi and Abu Hatim al-Razi refrained from narrating his traditions." Of course, many Muslims will now accuse me of lying and might try to bring much later sources from people like Abu al-Qasim al-Laka'i, which is literally a source that came more than 200 years later to try to debunk these early claims about Imam Bukhari. Listen, Muslims, I'm not the one to be refuted here. Refute your own early scholars and experts of Jarh wa Ta'dil who reported what was said about Imam al-Bukhari. Don't attack me for reading your Islamic sources and what these early scholars like Abu Zar'a and Abu Hatim al-Razi have said about Imam Bukhari. These are your scholars, not mine, of Jarh wa Ta'dil. You need to accuse them of lying about Imam Bukhari, not me. Well, there you have it. The proof is in front of you. Famous scholars like Ahmad ibn Hanbal have said, Muslims who hold the belief that the Quran is created, like Imam Bukhari here, are enemies of Allah. They are kuffar, and you are not allowed to accept their shahada. In the past, I have also mentioned that Imam Bukhari claimed that he's basically an uncreated being, a force of nature to reckon with, and here is why. It is said that Imam Bukhari collected about 600,000 hadiths, of which some 7 odd have been classified as authentic. collecting, writing, scrutinizing, classifying, deciding whether authentic or not by a committee, etc., is an enormous task. Besides, Bukhari claims that he prayed 2 rak'ats of sunnah before recording any hadith. If it's assumed that the average time for a hadith to go through the full process of collecting is 1 day, he would have needed 600,000 days, which when divided by 365 days is about 1644 years. Hence, to accomplish this enormous task in a mere period of 16 years, as claimed by Imam Bukhari himself, is impossible, thus questioning his integrity and honesty. If we have to go by those claims about Imam Bukhari, we then have to conclude that Imam Bukhari is still among us. He must be an eternal being in some sense. Imam al-Dhahabi also have said, Bukhari was heard saying, I have memorized 100,000 authentic ahadith and 200,000 which are less than authentic. In other words, my friends, Imam Bukhari himself claimed that he memorized a total number of 300,000 hadiths during his lifetime in just a matter of 16 years. Was he a liar? You can be the judge of that. Thanks for watching. Stay away from Islam and God bless.